Hello and welcome. This is Dr. Muzakir Ahmad Khan from PTE Tube. Since few days I have been getting queries related to the methodologies that are required to be followed in order to get higher number of points in speaking module. Hence I have come up with a new video with regards to this, that is speaking module. So let's move on. Yeah, before we actually start, I would definitely request you all to subscribe to our channel. So this will definitely help us and encourage us to come up with new videos every day. And those who have already subscribed, I'm very much thankful to you, and I would like to get back to you with your queries. Yeah, the very important tasks that I consider which are responsible for us to score more points in speaking module are, as mentioned. First of all, read aloud. Next comes repeat sentence, then describe image, and finally summarize spoken text. I consider these four tasks to be responsible for us to get more marks. In the sense, if we master and we practice well all of these four, then nothing can stop us from getting good marks in speaking section in particular. Yeah, in this video, I'll be actually discussing only about read aloud and what are the various strategies that we need to follow and what are the loopholes or the drawbacks that we and the mistakes that we usually commit and how we can overcome those. I'll be just focusing on it in this video, and rest, let's see how things work. Read aloud. This is the first most session. Whenever we get into PT examination, the first session or the first task that we get is a read aloud. Okay, what are we supposed to do? You might have already seen many of the videos that are available on social media, YouTube, Facebook, whatever it is. Read in this particular task, we are supposed to read a paragraph that pops up on the screen. Okay, and that particular para will be of about 60 words, and those 60 words will be in 3 to 4 sentences. Once the question pops up on the screen, you will be given 35 seconds to prepare and go through, read in detail and figure out what are the difficult words that are available in the para and take care of, including contractions. And once the 35 seconds gets exhausted, then you hear a tone. Once the tone you hear, the status changes from beginning to recording. Okay, when this happens, once you hear, you are supposed to record your statement, not your statement, what you see on the screen. And then once you finish reading, basically you'll be given 40 seconds to record your sentence or the paragraph. And any moment you finish reading, it doesn't necessarily mean that you keep reading for the whole 40 seconds. Not required. Once you finish, what are you supposed to do is click the next and move on to the next question. Okay, not keep waiting for the whole duration to complete. It's quite very important. Once you finish, you are supposed to click next button and move on. Though this task seems to be very simple, but believe me, this particular task can lead us to win or lose this PTE examination. Why? Because this single kind of task contributes 30 to 40 points towards our reading and speaking session. This is an integrated session wherein we get points for both reading and speaking. Okay, because we keep reading whatever it is present on the screen. At the same time, we keep speaking as well, in the sense we just see and keep speaking. Hence, we get points for both 30 for reading and speaking. So this is very important task. Yeah. Having said that, you got to be very accurate in this. Okay, and you have to not commit mistakes what students usually commit in PTE examination, because these are a good amount of points, 30 to 40 points, isn't it? So how to do so? What are the various mistakes that usually people commit and how to overcome is what we'll discuss now. And this is what is very important for us. And we have to try to get as many as possible marks. Yeah, there are many factors that are responsible for the fluency. Okay, and if not taken care, that affects fluency. And we'll discuss that, and also I'll let you know the solutions that we need to follow in order to not commit the mistake and fetch maximum marks. These are the common factors that affects our fluency. That is nervousness. Since this is the first most task, people get nervous, and inconsistent speed. Oftentimes what people do is, sometimes some beginning sentences, they be very fast, very quickly they finish reading one or two sentences. The next sentence, what they assume is there are some tough words, let us lower down our speed. That's what they do. There is inconsistency in the speed, which results to scoring less in this particular session. Also, irrelevant words, irrelevant sounds, and wrong pronunciation. I would say pronunciation doesn't mean that we got to keep pronouncing things as per the native speakers. No, according to me, influence of our mother tongue, whatever part of globe we live in, our mother tongue will have influence over other languages which is not our mother tongue. Okay, so those things, those stuff affects our fluency. And the next thing is not good at reading. What that means is, again, it is a matter of influence of mother tongue. Empty is what I mean by mother tongue. Pauses, these are kind of things which are not required, which a student should not commit in their examination. Okay, and again, addition or skipping of words. I have seen many of people saying that once you do this, you'll lose a lot many marks. According to me and based on my experience, this is not a big deal. Okay, it so happens based upon as the matter that we are reading is for the very first time and it is something new to us. We invest time in reading, as well as our brain is so accustomed that while reading we try to understand the things. So doing so, and also we may not be used to usage of articles. So what happens is we may skip one or two words, especially articles, the, a, and an. Since in our general communication conversation we doesn't use those, we are not used to those things. Hence, the same thing we commit in examination as well. Hence, we end up adding or skipping of words. According to me, if you should not do this, but still, if at all, if you do, it doesn't matter. Okay, it doesn't matter much. Skipping or addition of one or two words, it doesn't matter more. And again, finally, try not to copy accent of native speakers. Be natural, maintain your pace. That's all is enough. If you just take care of these many factors, it should be good for you to score maximum marks in speaking session. Yeah, it seems simple, but oftentimes we don't realize the mistakes that we commit. It is a common thing that happens with each and every one of us. We don't realize what mistake we are committing. Is that mistake with regards to pronunciation? The mistake that I commit, is it with regards to addition or skipping of words? Is that mistake with regards to mispronunciation of articles? Whatever it is, you have to assess yourself. But that's what we miss. Okay, that is why a review is required. Somebody has to hear you while attempting a question in an examination in that environment. In the sense, what I'm trying to say is you have to take up mock exams. Okay, in it you get to know your performance reflects over there, and there should be somebody to review and give a feedback to you. And why review is required, I'll just review will give us an idea as where exactly we stand with regards to our performance. And definitely, if somebody reviews our performance, they will be able to give us a better feedback. And getting a feedback is very important, because a closed loop control system, if you are from technical background, closed loop control system, the output is maximum. So if you have somebody to review your performance, you'll definitely get a feedback wherein that will lead you to enhance your performance. Because just by 1 or 2 marks we lose our desired scores in PT. PT is very tricky, isn't it? So we don't want to waste our money unnecessarily. Hence, this is very important. I'll discuss, giving my own score reports. You can just have a look. These are the tests which I have taken back in 2017. And you can see speaking, I've got 64. And next attempt, again 63. Next attempt, 63 again. And the next attempts, 71. All these are in 2017 and early 2018. Okay. So you can see the duration of last two examination. After this examination, I have watched many guidelines on the YouTube. I tried to correct myself, okay, just by watching YouTube videos. I could just, come up with about 63 and 7 plus 1, 8 marks. I can improve myself by 8 marks. Later on, in 2020, I worked up myself and also end up went to coaching and figure out where exactly I'm committing mistake. I got review, I got the feedbacks. Then I figure out as what exactly the mistakes that I'm committing. Now you can check my score now. I have given 4 attempts, out of which I got only 3 report cards. In this particular attempt, my speaking is 90. And the next attempt, the speaking is 90. And the next attempt, this is my final attempt, that again this speaking score is 90. There is another score report which I couldn't put over here. In it as well, I got speaking 90. There is a consistency in all the tests which I gave in the latest duration, that is in 2020. So why is this? How I found out my loopholes, okay, where exactly I was committing mistake is what I figured out and worked on those. Hence, every time I gave, I made sure that I don't repeat the mistakes that I used to commit. That is why I got, and I was very consistent in getting 90 in speaking all the time. How the change actually happened. Okay, worked on the above mentioned parameters. As I mentioned above, okay, apart from that, there are 2-3 parameters which I couldn't mention or above over there. I just worked on them effectively. It's not that you just keep focusing, okay? So things doesn't work that way. I got a feedback from one of my friend. Okay, he was very good to me, and I could able to be consistent in the speaking session, especially. I invested my time and I practiced these parameters. I worked on it. It's not that I just learned in a day or two and went ahead and gave an attempted PTE examination. No, by figuring out my mistakes, what I did actually is I spent my time and practiced based on the strategies and the methodologies that are available. And now I also worked a bit of especially a bit of, not much, pronunciation. As I have actually mentioned, pronunciation doesn't mean that we are supposed to follow a native speaker. Okay, once you subscribe to our PTE Tube, I'll let you know what are the softwares. Do you really have to be dependent on the softwares, or to what extent do you actually have to be dependent? Is it required at all or not required? Do we have to invest time on the softwares improving our pronunciation? Okay, all detailed videos I have put up. Once you subscribe our PTE Tube, you can just go through them later on. Yeah. I also have heard people saying that in PTE examination, in order to fetch more marks in speaking session, you are supposed to be louder. Be loud, scream, be horrible, but you got to be louder while speaking. This is what I found out in many of the videos. But to be frank, you need not be louder. You got to be clearer. That is what is very important. That is most important than being louder. Okay, yes, you got to be loud enough, but not louder. The most important thing is you got to be very clearer. In the sense, what it means is, when a native speaker hears you, he should be able to understand what you are saying. Yeah, 19 speaking session. In order to get 19 speaking session, you got to master all of the 4 tasks that I mentioned previously. That is, read aloud. With regards to this, we have some definite strategies. If you just follow then whatever background you are from, you'll definitely be able to deal with this particular task. Again, coming to repeat sentence, I have already put up a video on YouTube. With regards to those strategies, there are additional one or two more methodologies which will ease your performance or which will ease your preparation. Okay, we again have definite strategies by which you can master this as well. And coming to describe image, this is something very horrible, very burden thing what people experience. And believe me, we have a strategy doesn't mean that there is a bypass or shortcut. No, there are some. This is basically an English exam. We will train you so as to master those particular thing in a grammatical way. Okay, believe me, this particular task is very hectic for many of them, and you will definitely enjoy the strategy that we have put up on our YouTube, PT YouTube. Once you subscribe, you can go through all that. Subscribe in the sense, not subscribe the channel, in the sense get enrollment into the coaching session. You will definitely be relieved, and by just by this particular task, your performance enhances. And finally, again, summary spoken text. This is again very time constraint task. Here people try to build sentences from the scratch. Okay, they just make a note of key points and try to build the sentences on their own. Sentence building is a key point over in this particular task as well as in essay. So here the solution is, you need not build or construct a sentence right from the scratch. There is a way which you'll be given. We'll discuss all these things once you subscribe. Yeah. And now once you do all this, I assure you for sure you will get 85 plus in speaking module. Yeah, for maximum of them you will get 90 out of 90, but still I have given a tolerance of 5%. Okay, 85 plus in speaking module. Okay, well, we'll train you that way. And now, if at all, if time permits me in the future, I will discuss rest of the task as well, such as describe image, as well as summarize spoken text and repeat sentence, if time permits. Else, you can just have those things assessed. And thank you for watching. That's all for today. Have a nice day. Stay home, stay healthy. And finally, I hope by now you might have subscribed to our channel. If you haven't done that, please do it. That will be a favor to us, and I'll be very thankful to you on doing that. And lastly, PTE Tube is our coaching center. We usually give online coaching. We also have offline as well if you stay in Bangalore, Karnataka, India. If not, it's available online at your convenient time. So contact us if at all, if you need. We give word-to-word review and feedback to you, and we'll try to correct yourself. Okay, so what I have discussed is, in order to get 79 plus, if at all, if you require 65 or the minimum level of proficiency, then it's just very easy for us to deal with those. So fine, thank you, bye, take care.